What is up, my babe monsters? This is going to be a replay, and it is Vendetta speaking, and we're going to be looking at me and Bruticus. We played this the other night, I believe. Yes, it's the right one, thank goodness. Daizutsu Beisen. Don't know why that had a sort of slightly European German tone to it, but who cares? So this is going to be in Daizutsu Basin, and this is a battle between me. I think I am a 9-star general, I'm not entirely sure, and Bruticus, who is going to be a 6-star general with both bronze. And this is an excellent battle. I just thought it showed you the effectiveness of Bocav, so I really do hope you enjoy it. And we did play a battle previous to this where I ninja bombed the crap out of him and charged, and it wasn't too pleasant for him. So yeah, I mean, as I said, I do hope you enjoy. Daizutsu Basin is one of my favourite maps, just because it has got this kind of corridor which your army just kind of fights along, but it then also has got some good flanking areas for your cavalry. So let's go into the match. So I've brung some Matchlock Samurai to kind of reduce his numbers while he closes the gap. I then have got some Naginata attendants because people do tend to bring some good skirmishing units on this map. Then also got Nodachi. So that's 3 of my best Nodachi units. So I've got the Swag Daddies, the Big Daddies, and the Mummy Smashers. So I mean, the the Swag Daddies have got 20 melee attacks, so they're going to be beasting all day long. We've then got my 2nd, 5th, and 4th Shock Troopers. These are my lowest Katana troops, all apart from the 2nd Shock Troopers. And yeah, they got 18. So they've got some strong sword units. And then to back them up, I've got 3 of my best warrior monks, all with 70 melee attack and melee defense. I've then also got some fire cav and my 4th hammer yari cav. So it's looking pretty tasty in my opinion. And then here is Mr. Captain Cabinet with his wings. So let's go to Bruticus. What has Bruticus brung? So he has got some Nagi attendants, which is good because they're nice cheap units. He's got Nodachi. Swaggin' ain't easy. It's a nice name. He's then also got some more Nodachi up front, which is good. Then some Tokitakas Tangashimas. Oh yeah, busting out those Japanese terms. He's then got some Katana Samurai. Oh god, Fridge. He's named this after the milkshake I was having that same night we were playing. He then also got some Naginata Samurai, so 2 of those, and then he's also got his bodyguard Brutzi, along with 2 more Naginata attendants, and then finally finishing it with 2 Yari Cav and 2 very annoying Bow Cav. And Fizzy Fangs is another name I gave him because the supermarket I work at sell these sweets called Fizzy Fangs, and they are delicious. He also has got some Light Cav, so that'll be interesting to see. Light Cav is a good unit. It's underplayed a lot. Not many people do bring them, although I do think they definitely have a place in the battlefield. So just to kind of tell you where we're at, I'm going to be moving my forces up. He won't be moving his forces up because the thing is, these Bocav give you such a big boost. Look at that, 80 accuracy and 50 reload skill on that one, and 40 reload skill on that one. They're going to wreak havoc. They will be extremely annoying throughout the whole of the battlefield, or the battle even. He doesn't quite need to put these guys into loose formation though, because there isn't going to be too much of a threat from me. The only threat I'll pose is if he runs in front of my matchlocks, which have got 100 range anyway, so they won't really be too much of a hassle, as his bow units have got 150 range, so really he doesn't have to do this. And the gradient of the land, I'm going to have to sit myself up here before I can actually get a direct line of sight to shoot at him with my matchlocks. So I mean, it's a bit of a stalemate. Skirmishing is a very useful thing, because at the moment I would say he has got the skirmishing power. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I just thought you might like that little shot. So I mean, he'll get a few kills off that, but he really has got the skirmishing power, and if somebody else has got the skirmishing power, it forces you forward. It forces you to make your play. So he's going to force me forward by shooting at my units, but he doesn't just... Note how he probably hasn't put his units on... Oh, that noise. Notice how he hasn't put his units on fire at will. He's deliberately selected my Nodachi units, and he's already taken out 17 of my Nodachi, which is an excellent move. You have to do this. He's bypassed an Nagi attendance, although he did get some collateral damage on there with 10 kills. But selecting those units is going to be vital. He really has to take out all of my Nodachi units if he's going to stand a chance, because my Nodachis have got some painful statistics. I mean, I think his are better, but really he still has to take them out, because I've got a lot of sword infantry, and it will just make his life far, far easier. In fact, we have bought fairly similar armies when you think about it. I think mine are just of a slightly higher caliber. I think overall I've probably just brought a lot of my veterans, whereas he kind of hasn't. Oh no, he's still got a lot of his veterans. So really, I begin to take up my cavalry on this flank to stop his bow cav, but guess what? It didn't work. He moves his bow cav to the other flank and begins to hassle me. I really had to take this fire cav around the back and smash into these bow cav. I had to keep those fire cav on these bow units for the whole game to make sure they didn't do anything. I'll take these guys around the back because my cavalry is very good. I do pride myself in having good cavalry, but he has got the same upgrades, which is very, very good, which is melee attack and charge bonus. So this will break into a charge. This will be a very nice charge off. Bruticus has been practicing all of his charges, and this is a good charge. This is a fantastic charge by me and Bruticus. We both managed to charge in, and we both got equal amount of kills, although mine are slightly better because they have got the 70 melee attack where he's got 18. But in terms of charge, that was a fantastic one. Both players did very well, and we both got 20 kills each. On the opposite side, in fact, it's a different story because he has got the downhill charge. Now, here is an interesting fact. His bow units have just reduced my best Nodachi unit down from 120 to 24. This is why bow cav are so good. They're lethal. I'm now going to chase my general after him because it's the only cavalry unit I've got really kind of operating apart from these units over here. And I don't want to bring them around because it exposes my flank. So I'm going to bring my general down stupidly. You should never really do this. You should always detach a unit like warrior monks or try and get some fire cav, just maybe a nice cheap unit like Nagi attendants to go follow up. But Captain Cabinet will get them and begin to chop them up. He has now charged his units in. So unfortunately I am one Nodachi unit down, which is in fact my best Nodachi unit. So that is going to help Bruticus immensely. My match shocks will begin to fire. I do put these guys into guard mode. You should always put your ranged units into guard mode because that way they carry on firing even if they're under melee combat. So it's a little bit skirmishy at the moment. We're sending up a few skirmishing units, except on this flank where it's getting a bit heavy. I really have to get my general back up the hill, but I can't afford these bow cav units to carry on in the game, so really I'm tied up. I should have taken my Yari Cav back down the hill to take over from Captain Cabinet, and I really do need to pull Captain Cabinet up here because really I need to rally these troops. They're beginning to flee, even though there's our Nagi attendants, but I should be charging in these Katana units momentarily. And I also do need, yep, there you go, the war cry. Just as I was about to say the war cry, it pops up. So, I mean, my units are beginning to take some heavy casualties, but they're still, they're not going well, and this one's just about broken, which isn't good. This one will begin to rout, and they've shattered. So that is exactly why I needed my general, and this is a beautiful move by Surav. No, Surav, oh god, Bruticus. This is a beautiful move by Bruticus. What he's managed to do is that he's come in, and he's basically cock-blocked my general. He's taken his Naginata Samurai, and he's prevented my general from getting back up. And he manages to catch my general. I'm not even sure where my general's final resting place is, but he managed to catch my general here, so that was an exceptional move. This is going to be his bodyguard, but really, I can't do too much. My morale is broken. I took my general away out of the fight, and he's now just going to mince me up, so this is it. I mean, I will be able to hold in for a good while. My monks are still in the fight. They have got 14 morale. Captain Cabinet is a legendary general, which means he will have some good effects, even though he does die. So these guys have got 13 melee, for example. But against his sword units, I mean, mine aren't really going to stand too much of a chance. Normally, I play the Yeah, I can't remember what it's called now. The retainer. It's a sword retainer, which gives me +1 attack for sword units. But I didn't play that, so they were a little bit lower than normal. And my monks are going to get isolated. They look round shockingly at the whole of the army is just like either dead on the floor beneath them or they're routing. So they're going to rout, and so are the other monks. And that's it. So that was GG. It was a good game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Bruticus definitely deserved to win that. And that really shows you the effectiveness of Bocav. Bocav won the game for him. It forced me forward. It picked away at my Nodachi. It forced me to play my Yarikav instead of hiding them and creeping them around the side, which is what I was going to do initially. So really, it did it did wonders for him, his Bocav. The Bocav can give you that skirmishing superiority if you're not too keen on having, say, I don't know, bow monks or matchlock units at the front of your army. Because you fear you might be rushed by the opponent, always bring some Bocav. I mean, they are a little bit difficult to use, but that was a perfect use shown there by Bruticus. Force the enemy forward, try and pick it in from different angles, you know, break up his cavalry. You know, I had to send my general down to take care of them because he just destroyed that Nodachi unit, and I had to take care of them because I did also have some more Nodachi and some warrior monks, which aren't too good under missile fire, especially from bows. So I had to take care of him with a general, and he managed to stop my general from getting back with that Naginata samurai, and he killed my general, which prevented me from rallying, inspiring, and doing the stand and fight. And if I've had those three from my general, I would have stood a much better chance, and I would have been in for longer. So the Bocav really did win it for him there. Nonetheless, my units did still get some good kills, so Matchlocks got some nice kills. Silent Winds did pretty well. These Swag Daddies, they're my best Nodachi unit, and they got no kills. That's embarrassing. I mean, yeah, I mean his kills were more spread across the board, but yeah, I mean it was a good battle. So I hope you've enjoyed. Bye for now.